Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to basically talk about how to make it without faking it. A lot of people nowadays sort of stick with that cliche saying that fake it till you make it, but pretending doesn't always work all the time because it takes up too much energy, which you could be using on a whole lot of other things in life. So basically this video is going to basically talk about how to eliminate things like anxiety, sadness, etc. And these don't come just from pretending. Here I tell you how to basically make it without faking it. So yes, so you need to understand there are 3 types of levels of personal transformation, and the first level is called the core. And this is basically a basic mechanism that creates problems in the first place. So that it's like your inner voice, what you've been sort of fed and told since you were a child all the way up to now, and that's basically your inner voice and what you tell yourself when you behave or do make a mistake, how you beat yourself using your inner voice and all that stuff. So that's the basic mechanism we're talking about, and that's called the core now. And this script is really important, and so you've got to ask yourself, what do you say to yourself when you feel things are going wrong? Do you say, okay, this doesn't matter, I will maybe, instead of doing something one way, I'm going to try 2-3 different ways, instead of saying, oh, I'm a failure, this is never going to work and I'm going to give up right now. So it's about the perseverance, really. And for instance, you've got to change this first. You've got to really change it, otherwise this will affect you, carry on affecting you and holding you back all your life, and you don't want that. You need to constantly develop, even if it's maybe getting rid of a sentence a day that negatively impacts your mental health and your self-esteem. So for instance, if it's like, I don't know, when you look in the mirror in the morning and you say, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't look great, etc. Maybe start with that and say, okay, this is me and I accept myself and I like myself for who I am. And start with that line, and that should sort of leak into your day and make your day a more happy and productive one, because you haven't beaten yourself up in the morning, so you're not likely to do that after. So you'll have that stream of motivation going for you all day long. And so start with that single line, and then maybe move on to other inner voices you tell yourself, like when you make a mistake, like I mentioned earlier. Instead of saying, oh, I'm really crap or shit at this, you can say, oh, I can change this, and this is how I'm going to do something now, and if it doesn't work, I'll get help, instead of berating myself. So that's one way to do it. And another example is if you're feeling shy and lonely, and again, this is probably due to your inner voice again, and it's what you tell yourself. It's like, oh, say if shy and lonely and you were told tomorrow to do a public speaking sort of announcement in front of 1,000 people, you would probably not sleep the night, you'd shiver, you would sweat, you'd be anxious, you'd be frustrated, you'd be mad, you'd be angry, you'd be shy, you'd be everything, right? And basically that's all due to your core, so your inner voice and what you tell yourself. And if one person A tells himself, oh, it's not going to be too much of a hassle, when I talk to people I'll just look over their heads instead of looking right into their eyes, and not expect anything from it, even if it goes good or bad, I'll just do it, get on with it and move on. And then person B might just be crippled with anxiety, and they might not even try, even if they would more likely perform at person A once they got in their zone. So just tell yourself, look, maybe this is an instance you got to do public speaking, but it applies to anything in life. So say, oh, how can I prepare in advance? If it's a month from now, the public speaking sort of announcement, just ask yourself, oh, maybe I can start talking to random strangers at the bus station one day, say hello, hi, because I don't do that every day. And if I go out of my comfort zone one bit at a time, I will eventually make it and be able to, kill that speech, which I have to give in front of 1,000 people. So that's how important your inner voice is. It literally changes all your life, and you've got to really understand and play about with it until you develop the right inner voice for yourself to have a more productive life rather. The second level of personal transformation is habits. Of course, habits are literally the tiny grains that determine your life on a day-to-day basis, and what is there to say? Like, habits really are they're part of you. They are you. You are the sum of your habits. Yeah. So basically, you need to, if you want to change and if you want to make it without faking it, you got to change these habits of yours. You got to it takes time and effort to change, but your habits are your life, and these last right until your deathbed. So you got to really, maybe make incremental, make tiny, very small changes every day. So something like, say you get up at I don't know, 11 p.m, not 11 p.m, 11 a.m or 10 a.m, and you want to wake up at maybe 8 a.m, so 2 hours earlier. Do not set your alarm for 8 a.m. the next day, set your alarm for maybe 10:50 a.m, and then these tiny changes over time will get you to your target waking up time of 9 a.m. in the morning. So the main point is just introduce habits or new habits to replace your old ones, but when you introduce the new habits, just make them as easy as you possibly can. Make sure you have to achieve. Say if you want to meditate, for instance, every morning and every night if you want, just because you're motivated one day and you can say, oh, I can do 5 hours of meditation sitting down or 1 hour of meditation. Don't do that. Do literally 5 minutes or 10 minutes max, right, on the first day of your habit, and then you won't see it as a chore. And the moment you start seeing things or changing your habits and seeing them as a chore, that's your body telling you and your mind telling you, that's it, I don't want anymore. So get up from that mat and do something else, and keep on repeating this cycle. Over time you will actually get these habits without putting in loads of effort, and don't with habits. The secret is not to take on too many habits. Take 1 or 2 habits maximum and work on those for about 4-ish weeks, so about a month maximum, right? Really be really disciplined. Do it every day for maybe for like 30 days, and do about 10 minutes or 5 minutes of each habit, and then eventually you will wean yourself off bad habit because you'll be replacing it with this good habit. And on that note, you gotta basically reward yourself. Do things that are intrinsically reward yourself. Yes. So it's basically do things that you feel good about and that are like where the motivation comes from the inside instead of extrinsically. So for instance, if you're trying to make someone like you, or trying to be accepted by this person, and you have to dress up a certain way and you have to do this and you have to do that, that's extrinsically motivated, because that motivation is coming from someone else and you don't have control over that, right? You won't have control over the things that make you happy, that are inside yourselves. So you gotta get rid of the extrinsic motivation, so the stuff that comes from others' expectations of you. Forget that. Cut those people out, or instead of cutting them out, just maybe try and spend very little time with those people, and make your habits sort of work for you by making you feel happy about them rather than others. So that's the main essence of this point. And the third level of transformation is practices. And you need to understand some of the habits you've held up until now have been with you for the majority of your life, right? So even once you've developed new habits, you'll still have small amounts of your leftover habits coming in, and your little voices, your inner voices, your inner mechanism telling you, okay, oh my god, I still didn't do that well, and why am I so bad at it? So things like that, and you gotta practice noticing those without them interfering with your new productive habits that you've just successfully created. So you need to do things like, for instance, what I mentioned earlier, like active meditation, which is basically, active meditation is as soon as you have these voices, you gotta act on them. So basically you gotta train your mind to replace that bad voice with a productive, a good voice. And you can do that by saying, as soon as your voice tells you, oh, okay, I'm not good enough, on top of it, you straight away you tell yourself, I am good enough, I'm going to try a different way and I'm going to get the result, instead of, you know, ruminating and going over and over in your mind about the bad thing and the bad talk you tell yourself. So those are the types of little things and your script and your inner voice that's left over from your previous past and your habits. So do that, and also don't let yourself overanalyze or overthink a bad thing, and just, you know, like Elsa in Frozen, just let it go. So yes, so that's all the 3 levels of transformation on how to make it without faking it. And I hope this video has helped. If it has, like, subscribe, etc. See the description, find me on Facebook and everything else. And thank you for watching, guys. I hope it's really helped, because it's helped me making it and helped me reflect on my things, and I hope it's helped you too. So take care for now and see you soon. Bye.